Okay, so this video we're gonna just talk about what is it like to live in Macau. Let's go check out the room. Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and hit the like button. Macau. And I'll try to answer that question as best I can. What is it like to live in Macau? And this area right here is called Salaries Square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to answer the question and just kind of show you a little bit of what Macau looks like at the same time. And so what is it like to live in Macau? It's expensive, but it's relative to the income, so the income isn't too bad. But of course there's a lot of different people with a lot of different kinds of incomes. If you don't make a lot of money, you might end up living, actually these are actually quite expensive. Probably each apartment here could be like $1 million, you know, or $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, just because of the way that the economy is the inflation is just the way, like I knew of, I arrived 7 years ago and I knew somebody who came maybe 7 years before that, and when they came they had a family, so they bought like a 3-bedroom apartment or something like that, and it was quite affordable. I'm not sure what they paid, but let's just say it was like $200,000. I'm not really sure, or somewhere in that range. So so fast forward about 10 years, they say 10 years, and then they sold it, and they made, I don't know, I think they sold it for like $1 million or something like that. So they made all kinds of money, and then they moved to Canada, where they were from. So basically that story basically says that, you know, maybe 10 years ago, all this stuff would have been, you know, something quite reasonable, maybe $100,000, $150,000 for something like this. For each apartment, I mean, so each little apartment might have been something like that, but now you're looking at like $800,000 probably, or $1 million. So so basically things are quite expensive because of just the way that the market is here. That's really beautiful right there. It's kind of a nice bright blue, it's like a little green sign right there, and a nice blue and red. This is actually yellow, but the way that the lighting looks in the camera makes it look a little bit reddish. Probably from the reflection of like this kind of red right here. So basically the cost of living is quite high, and to rent is quite high too. So I think Hong Kong is one of the most expensive real estate markets in the world, and Macau is not too far behind. And also the salaries are actually pretty good here because there's a lot of casino money. So that also means there's a lot of jobs, and there's a lot of jobs for people with all kinds of different skills. Not different skills, but different skills as well. Actually, this is kind of cool. I was gonna walk down this way, but I might actually walk up this way. Portuguese bookstore is up this way. I'm gonna just walk down this certain way, see what we can see, what it looks like at nighttime. Daytime, this always looks really cool. So basically, so the cost of living can be quite expensive, but it's a big range. So like the Portuguese food is definitely quite tasty. So like if you are in Macau, I would highly recommend getting some Portuguese food. But Portuguese food might cost you like 160 MAP or 180 MAP, and that's just for the meal itself, which is, you know, almost 20 American dollars. And then if you get some wine or something like that, which is what most Portuguese would do, you know, that can bring your cost up more for that meal. But I think it's totally worth it. But on the other hand, you can also buy, you know, Chinese food, and you can get something quite reasonable. So let's just see if we can see the prices here. Okay, this one is like quite popular, as you can see, and this right here would be 32 MAP. So like a Portuguese might be 160 for a nice meal, but this one, pork chop noodle with potato with a Coca-Cola, 32, 33, 27, 42, which is like maybe about $4 or $5 American dollars. So this is kind of what I want to show you. This little wall, it's all this Portuguese stuff. So in comparison, so basically you can go down and just buy like all this great noodles and beef, rice, vermicelli, and spend just a fraction of the cost of the other one. So again, it depends on you, how much you want it to cost to live in the city. Another thing that a lot of people will do, like Filipinos, there's domestic helpers here. They make about 450 American dollars, Indonesians as well, any domestic helper person. And that will be their income beauty of that street. So we're gonna go up the Senado Square in a minute. Boa Mesa, this is a Portuguese restaurant. Very good food right here. This is the street all the way down. We're gonna come back in a minute. So, so 450 American dollar salary for a domestic helper. Usually they will stay in. That means almost all their savings go to their pocket. But that means that they, like you'll see them probably in the park and different places. And I'm just gonna walk around this park a little bit and show you what it looks like. But some of them might actually stay out too. So if they stay out, they might rent. Let's just say like there's apartments here. So that apartment might be $1,000 or something like that for a 2-bedroom or something. American dollars, so put it into American dollars. And so that might be 2,000, or sorry. Well, actually they can pay up to like 2,000 easily. Beautiful cross right here. Sometimes they have events. This is Plaza Say, I think it's called. Pretty cool right there too. So this is like a cathedral over there. We're gonna go back down. This is quite spectacular, day and night actually. So for their income, their salaries might be quite a bit lower, but if they get an apartment, maybe they might be like 10 of them. So maybe if it's $1,000 apartment, American dollars per month, maybe if there's 10 of them there, they'll put a bunch of bunk beds and they'll put like 5 in a room. They might even put like 4, and 2 in the living room, you know, something like that. And they'll be each pay like $100. So you know, then they'll maybe share their rice and have a rice cooker, share some meals and get pancit or whatever if they're. So anyways, so again, it kind of depends on what's relative to what a person can spend. Other people, maybe they're expats, and there's a place that they might live called One Oasis, which is quite popular with expats. A lot of them might work for casinos. Maybe their income could be quite a bit higher, so maybe they can get, maybe they even bring a family with them. So they might pay, you know, 1,500 American dollars or even 2,000 American dollars, but they'll be able to, maybe their income might be higher too, so you just don't really know. The incomes depends a lot on the different positions. I have met, I think in general, like a lot of places, if they are from a Western country, they might get paid a higher income, and maybe they might even have a higher responsibility kind of job as well for that earnings. And then there'll be other people I might like meet, like a security guard from, you know, India or Nepal. I seem to meet a lot of Nepal ones, but they might make maybe close to maybe 1,000. It's like the mop wise, they might make like 10,000 mop or 15,000 mop, which is like maybe $800 to $1,500, $1,200, something like that, American dollars a month. So they'll have to live on that salary accordingly as well. And then a lot of times, maybe if they're in that branch, that income bracket, they might not have to be like 8 or 10 like a domestic helper, but they might be, let me give another number. It might be like 3, maybe 3 to you know, maybe, who knows, whatever they want to do, and they'll kind of break it down accordingly to, you can do the math on that. So let's say that you're an English teacher. English teachers are actually attached to the government. So the government will have a certain income bracket that they have to pay them, like a scale. So by law they're required at a certain bracket. I'm just speaking for foreigners. I don't know about. I think most of the Chinese I know are in the same bracket as well. So I think they're on the same. They're kind of treated 100% equal on the same scale, which is quite different when I was in Japan and Korea, which often put them on completely different scales. So like in Korea, a foreigner would be on a much different scale as if they were a temporary worker. But anyways, I won't get into that, but here they'll be similar. So what else is it like to live in Macau? Things are quite, it's basically a peninsula and an island. So things are relatively easy to get to. The buses are subsidized, so it's quite cheap to get on a bus. There's also free buses that are connected to the casinos. And it's a beautiful building right there. So those casino buses will go to the immigration points and to the ferry terminals, which are not currently running at the moment. And so those buses are free. Those aren't city buses. City buses will be about like about 6 pesos, which is maybe 70 cents, 70 cents a ride, something like that. But actually I walk a lot in Macau, so I can walk great distances without any problem at all. So so actually some things like buses can be quite cheap, and actually taxis as well. You can take a taxi in Macau and pay, I'm gonna walk into this little corridor here, make it interesting for you. There's little bonsai trees right there. Post office right there. We're gonna walk down this little space. So yeah, I don't know if this is quite as cool as this one. Maybe it's more cool over here. Yeah. So basically, you can also, the city is small enough, so sometimes you might need to take a taxi, or you might want to, for whatever reason. Maybe you buy a monitor for your computer and you need to throw it in the trunk and get it back. You don't want to take a bus. You can get across the whole city for about 150 MOP, but usually you're not going to have to go across the entire city. You're not going to live on the opposite ends from wherever you're shopping. So usually most taxis, if you have to go across the bridge from Macau to Taipa, it might cost you like 50 MOP, like $6, $6 American dollars. I think I'd say your average taxi ride would probably cost you about $5 or $6 American dollars, and that's because you want to go like a third of the way across the city or something like that, or halfway across even. But generally speaking, you can walk most places, and if you're just going at you hear those announcements? Okay, let's just go over and check it out. Avoid crowd gathering, wash hands frequently, wear a mask properly. It also tells you to don't leave the city. So there's like 4 main messages that they tell everybody. It's in Portuguese.
In Macau, actually, our government urges
it's in English.
all persist.
Let's
Avoid
listen.
crowd gathering, wash hands frequently, wear a mask properly, declare health condition, and reduce leaving Macau.
Okay, I'm gonna it's all different languages, and I'm gonna keep repeating it. I'll try to walk away from it if I can. But basically, because of the coronavirus, this is the kind of time frame we're in, so as I'm walking around, you can see everybody with a mask. And that's basically the reason why. And you have all these announcements. It's also in the buses. It'll also share it too. So but anyways, we're gonna walk away from that. I'll just keep talking about what's it like to live in Macau. I don't know, maybe I'll just kind of end this video here, and I kind of give you some things, and maybe you can create a new question for me and I can answer that, and then that might be the best way. Make it interesting for you. So, okay.
Chiquinha, Chiquinha, toma cuidado da bovidinha.